G'day everyone, Sonia Bernard here with Linked by Ink, your Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator. My cup today is a throwbacks in my real estate days. I dabbled in real estate for a couple of years. It says Coffee Sipper, Jet Setter, Go Getter. I might be jet setting a little bit this summer actually. I've got some Stampin' Up! Events to go to, an Order event to go to, and a vacation. If you hear something in the background, my cat is in her, well, she's still a kitten. She's like 5.5 months. She's in super play mode, and she's playing with a toy down there. Okay, so it is Technique Tuesday day. It is Tuesday, 21st of March, but I just want to show you that our mini catalog and our annual catalog are coming up on their last legs. Oh, although I've heard that we'll have a lot of carryover. So it'll be really fun to see what's happening. And then of course a color refresh. I am so excited, so excited. And I think I'm going to run a little competition on over on my Facebook page, and that's Linked by Ink. So I'm going to post that I think later today, and we'll see how many colors you can guess correctly that are leaving the catalog this year. And whoever gets the most will get a little prize. And if there's a tie, then we'll just do a tiebreaker. Oh my gosh, my cat just jumped on my lap. She's in nut mode. Crazy mode. Okay, so, oh, my directions are falling down. It's all coming apart. No. Okay, so today, enough jibber jabber, I am going to show you how to make this cute little waterfall card. And, whoops, there we go. And it's adorable, and we're using the Happy Hedgehogs stamp set, and there are no dies, so there is some fussy cutting here, but like if you wanted to, you could just stamp directly, but I did, don't know if you can see that, I did pop the hedgehog up and the mushroom right here with dimensionals. So let's turn the camera down. I'm going to flip it, see if we can get it all right, and let's get started. It's so easy. You're going to love it. Okay, let me just get these settings. I'm going to flip that, and hopefully we've got it right. Let's turn it down and find out. Here we go. Here we go. Oh my goodness, kitty. You are just being a crazy kitty. Oh my goodness. She comes sliding in here. That may happen. Okay, so let's see if we've got this up the right way. Yes! Happy Hedgehogs. So cute. I mean, I hope it... Everything I use, I'm like, I hope it carries over. I hope it carries over. But we'll find out. Okay, so you are going to need a basic white thick cardstock. And this is your regular 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. But we're just going to go ahead and take this and put it to the side. Now, you are going to want to get your paper trimmer out, because I got a lot of pieces for this card. And it's not hard, there's just a lot of little pieces to it. So we're going to start out, and of course, you know, I've got it all prepped and ready to go. You're going to need you're going to need to pick your color paper. Here I'm using Blushing Bride. And this card front is 5 1/4 by 3 7/8. Now I'm telling you everything, but I am going to have the directions listed in the description of the video too. I think my video just froze there, so I'm not sure, but if it did, I'm using Blushing Bride, and it is a 5 1/4 by 3 7/8. And then the DSP I'm using today, that stands for Designer Series Paper, is Awash in Beauty, and you may notice that one. And we probably could use that side to it too. That would probably still look cute. We may use this side today. This is 5 1/8 by 3 3/4. So you can get them, and you can just put them straight together. Should we just use this side and just see what happens? Why not? We could put that one across there. You're going to need another little piece of Designer Series paper and another little piece of cardstock. So this is 1 1/8 by 3 7/8, and then this is 1 by 3 7/8, because it's going to go all the way across. So you know what? Let me see. How does this look? Or do we like this? But no, that's too busy. No, I don't like it. We're going to stick with the original and we're going to go here. Okay, so we can just glue these down. Let me grab my trusty liquid glue. Now you can use what they call snail adhesive. We call it seal. Your seal adhesive. I'm just such a Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue person because I just like how I can, whoops, I picked the whole thing up. I just like how I can slide it around and get it lined up, which with the seal you can't, but it still works good. And then we can actually take this little piece of DSP as well and we can glue that down. So just try to center that. It's got a little edge there. There we go. Okay, so we can stick all that to the side. Sorry, the allergies are just awful. Well, year round I have allergy issues, so if you hear me coughing and spluttering, I do apologize. I have medication, I just can't do anything about it. So this is our actual mechanism piece, and this is 7.5 inches by 2 inches, and then it is scored at 4.5, 5.25, and 6 inches. Okay, so there's 3 score lines here, and we're just gonna fold them over and burnish them like that. And you can, if you want, you can burnish with this, just make it a little crisper. Then we're going to take our, it's called Very Best Trio Punch. And a trick to this, of course we learned this the hard way, is if you're using one side of this, then you want to stay on that side. You'll see you have a guideline here. So you want to slide your paper in the long end, not the folded ends. You want to slide that in there just till it's snug and it's hitting up against this other guide here. And don't try to press on the edge. Press in the center. Just put your palm. It's so easy. There's barely any pressure, okay? Then what you do not want to do is turn and use this side. What you want to do is flip it and use the same side, okay? And then press down. And that will give you this cute little pattern. Now I'll show you what happens if you use the other side. If you use the opposite side, I thought I had a piece that I could show you. Oh no. Well here, we'll just use this. I'll use this as an example. We go this side, so you've got the little moon shape, I guess you'll call it. See how this goes around? This is the, I don't know how you say converse and inverse, whatever, but this one's rounded out. This one is rounded in. This is the opposite of this. See how right here you've got a bump, but here you've got it going in. So don't use different sides of this punch. Use the same side and flip. Okay? There we go. Learned that one the hard way. During class, of course. I was like, oh my gosh. And it's so minute, you might not even realize at first. You'll just be like, wait, what? They look the same to me. But you can see they are different. So there's lesson learnt with that one. Okay. Then we're going to need more cardstock. So we're going to need a piece of white cardstock. And this is 1 7/8 by 4 3/8. And we're also going to want to punch that. So again, we're going to put that in here. And we're going to flip it and use the same side. Too easy peasy. And you'll see that will lay right here beautifully. Okay. Then we're going to need some more cardstock pieces. And you're going to need 3 of these. These are 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. And then we're going to do 3 white pieces. And these are 2 1/8 by 2 1/8. You could also use the Stylish Shapes squares dies and do that, but I wanted to do it for people who don't have dies. I wanted to make this easier, so all you need is the stamp set, the ink, paper, paper. That's it, and the punch. And the punch you don't actually need. You could just leave that square. Okay, sorry, need a sip of my coffee. Okay, now we have to do all of our stamping. So we are going to want to get my stamp pad that I didn't grab. So if these don't work out, don't worry about it. I didn't get my foam stamp pad, so we're just gonna stamp. Usually these are pretty good. We're gonna ink up this little hedgehog, and usually these photopolymer are pretty good when you are stamping with no stamp pad. Whoops. So you're going to get one of them. Then you are going to want a little mushroom. Now these ones you're going to be fussy cutting out, and it's not that hard. They're very quite simple. Very quite simple. That's just poor English. Okay, so we've got, how cute is this mushroom? I tell you, it's adorable. Okay, then on our long piece, we'll just put that to the side for a second. We are going to want to stamp up this cute little tree, and it actually hangs over just a little bit, but that's okay. And when you've got the bigger stamp, turn your ink pad upside down and go, and then I also change directions just to make sure I've got good full coverage. And you're not pressing really hard when you're using ink. You're just tap, tap, tapping. Okay, I think I'll stand up for this one just so I can see where I'm going. So I'm just going to put it around the center. Oh, I may get some ink on here, but don't worry, I'll get that off later. Or it may be there permanently. We'll find out. It's water-based, so it should come off later with a wet wipe. There we go. How cute is that? I love that little tree. And then I did add some little accent grass. There's this tiny little cute grass stamp set. Now when it's smaller, you can just ink right in there. And we're going to pop that on there just to fill up the space a little bit. Beautiful. If you wanted, you could stick a little butterfly up here as well, but I already have butterflies on two of the other pieces, so I didn't want to like go too crazy. And here again, I'm just going to ink all over this today. You know what? It'll be fine. I've been wondering if it will come off, so this is a great this is a great time to find that out. So we're going to get this little grass stamp, and we're just going to go across the bottom, and it doesn't matter if you don't go all the way down because we're going to color that in. So I'm trying to get all the stamping out the way first, and we're actually going to do that on two of them. So there's a lot of stamping, but the great thing about this card is once you've got the measurements and everything, you can just decorate it however you want. You can change the paper, change the stamp set, change the entire look of the card. Of course, I've got this cutesy look going again because apparently that's just that's just me. I like cutesy. So it's just seems to be what comes out when I create. I just are drawn to these cute little critters. Okay, so we're going to put a little butterfly in the corner there. Love this cute little butterfly stamp. It's adorable. Oh my goodness. See, I'm cute. No, I'm not cute. No, it's cute. That just came out wrong. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then we have this cute saying. Again, cute. It's just the word of the day, apparently. And it says, "It's so nice of you to be so nice." And I'm actually making these cards for some people who were nice and did something nice for me. So I'm going to be giving this to them. Okay, so we're just going to stamp that up the top. There we go. Look at that font. It's so, you guessed it, cute. Okay. And then there's a flower, a little bird holding a flower. And we're just going to throw that down in the middle. Look, this is stamping wonderfully. This is just a hardwood table, so I don't even have a mat under here. I do notice whenever I stamp the photopolymer without a mat, it works great. So it's those the clear ones, which are the red rubber ones. Those ones you definitely want to have a little mat when you're doing that. Okay, and now we just get to color. So I'm just going to talk randomly while I'm coloring. Now I did cut out a couple of these guys already, because I didn't want to sit here and fussy cut all day. But I am going to color with you so you know everything that I used, just in case you want to case it exactly. You don't have to. So this is a light granny apple green, and we're going to do all the grass. And so what I did was just go up, and I didn't care if I went over the lines on this because it's grass. So as I'm going up, just filling that all in, going over all the dark lines, just super quick. I'm not even trying to be neat about it. And then I'll just fill in this bottom part down here. Beautiful. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing here. We're not trying to be neat. I probably should be wearing my glasses when I'm doing this. I forget that I need them. It's like everything is just a touch blurry. But I can still see everything. I've got like 20/25 vision, but I have astigmatism. So sometimes I'm like, I gotta blink several times to try to clear my vision. Okay, and quickly here, I just did over the grass there. And I will try to be quick coloring, but we'll just see. We'll see how quick we can be. And well, let's do that little leaf while we're here on this one. Then, and now if you don't have Stampin' Blends, we have markers as well. We also have, you know, that we have those watercolor pencils. You get the watercolor pencils and a blender pen, and then you can just, you put the pencil in and then you just get the blend and blend it out, the blender pen, and it comes out great. So our little bird, this is a light balmy blue, and so I use this on this part of the bird. Made a little blue bird. And where else did I use blue? I think the butterflies, yes. So we'll just do these butterflies real quick. And see, it doesn't take that long. It's probably going to take us maybe 5 minutes. If you want to fast forward through this, that's fine. Oh, we forgot the little grass on the mushroom here. Do you want to get this grass here? Okay. And we also forgot all the leaves. Gee whiz. I was like, gee, I don't know where I was going with that. Okay. This takes a little longer because there's so many little leaves. But, so we've got a color refresh coming, and you know what, go ahead and look for that, because I'm going to put that up today. I'm going to have a little competition. I'm going to make a little form. You'll fill out the form and you'll submit it to me with your email. And yes, you will be joining my email list when you do that, but you can unsubscribe at any time. And between now and March 28th, because March 29th is when we find out all the colors. So between now and March 28th, you guess 10 colors that you think are going goodbye. Okay? Then we're going to get the dark so saffron. I'm going to do the center of the flowers with that. And yeah, I think we're going to be surprised at some of the ones leaving, but not really, because what Stampin' Up! Is doing is just taking all those colors that were just the worst sellers and saying goodbye for now. You know, people weren't buying them. So we're going to introduce some new colors to get us excited about that. Okay, then I used this dark polish pink for the flowers. And when I'm using a smaller area, I just use the tip instead of the brush tip. I save the brush tip for any large areas that I'm coloring. And we're going to do all these flowers. This is a really bright popping pink. And of course, if you have different blends or different colors, color this however you want to do it. It's, you know, it's up to you. I love when I'm giving a class and someone's like, well, I'm just going to do this differently. And I'm like, yes, show everybody what you're doing. Let's share the creativity. Like, you don't always have to copy exactly what someone else is doing. If you feel like, well, I think this looks better to me, then change it. Change it, and because other people will be like, oh, yeah, I like that way too. So share the creativity with each other. Don't be afraid to change stuff up. Okie dokie. What else have we got? We have got a dark crumb cake for the tree stem. Now this is kind of thick here, so I'm going to try to just very lightly do that. Trying to stay within the lines, but it's okay if you don't. There we go. And we're also going to do a little bit of our hedgehog. If I can get this lid back on. We're going to do the dark in all this dark area here. And my crumb cake is getting a little, after a while you'll notice these nibs, these, excuse me, the nibs start getting a little bit softer. So as you are trying to press, they bend more, if that makes sense. And that's just wear and tear. They're still quite usable. That's why you never really want to press hard when you're using your blends. You don't want to press hard with that. You want to just be soft with it. Okay, now here's a funny thing. I'm going to show you something, and I don't have an answer for you. These are both light crumb cake. This is an older blend that I've had for a while, and you can see what I'm talking about with the nib, how it just kind of like pushes up, and you'll see, because it's starting to run out of ink. I've used it a lot. I don't know if you can see the tip there is getting a lot lighter. So that's regular crumb cake color. And this is light crumb cake as well. Can we see the difference in that? Yes. So if you've got a new light crumb cake lately, you might get this color instead. I don't know why, but I do like that it goes perfectly with my little mushroom stem. So, hey, it's like I ended up with a bonus color. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm like, I still have my old crumb cake here, my light. So I'm just going to look at it as a bonus. And then I am going to color with the smaller nib there, because my brush on my light crumb cake is getting a little used. And so you can still use this small end when you're coloring a larger area. It'll work just fine. There we go. Okay, so we've got our little hedgehog, and we're going to do our little bird. Actually, I used that new bonus color here too. I don't know what you want to call it, because it's definitely not light crumb cake, but it works, so we'll just roll with that. And then I used the light poppy parade for the mushroom, and I did use the dark, but I think I put it back. So we're just going to use the light for the whole thing. Whoops, not up underneath there. And then I'll just go over it a couple of times, because these colors do build. When you put down a layer, if you go back over top, it's a buildable color. So let's test that theory. We'll do the whole thing in light poppy parade, and then go back over these spots a couple of times. You can already see, I don't know, you can already see that difference there. It's already darker just with the one time, so I'm just going to go over that a couple of times. And it will give that definition, that deeper color. Let's see. Yep, there we go. So if you run out of one, just say you have a light and a dark and you run out of your dark, you can still use your light, just layer it up a couple of times. Okay, this turned into a little bit of a blends class as well, so there is a learning curve with these, and you can get them to blend a little better, especially like right here I see that I've missed a spot there. We're just gonna, I'll get that nib that's not working the greatest and just bring that out. Touch it up. There we go. Made our little hedgehog a little darker. Okie dokie. Now we're going to start layering. So far the thing that's taken the longest is actually coloring our little scenes of the card. And I kind of like designing this card because I'm just designing, you're just designing this tiny little piece, so it doesn't have to be, you know, really complex. It can be quite simplistic. I like it. Takes a lot of the stress off. You're just like designing elements that when all put together are creating a card. So we're just gonna layer, 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 another layer. I just love this cute little stamp set. Now I've heard there's a lot of stuff carrying over because we do have that color refresh coming. So I think that's wonderful that they've thought about that. Stampin' Up! Has thought, you know what, we don't want to overwhelm everybody with a whole bunch of new stuff, but we're still going to have a whole bunch of new stuff. We've got new suites coming, we've got new designer series paper coming, all kinds of fun stuff coming. I haven't seen the catalog yet. I just know every year we've got that annual catalog, and every year there's just something in there that just, I'm like, oh, did you see this? So I can't wait till March 29th. Now, if you want to get a sneak peek like I have and my team has, come join my team. It's still a great time. It's always a great time to join Stampin' Up! Because you always get that 20% off your future purchases. Forgot my dimensionals. Okay, be right. 1 second. You know it. Oh. So, yeah, it's, you still, for $99, you get $125 worth of product, plus the perks you get of being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. A lot of our demonstrators are hobby demonstrators. They purchase from themselves, they have friends that buy from them, and they're just doing it so they can save money with their discount. It's a fantastic offer, and you get all these perks, plus you get to be on my team, and in my team I provide training for those who want to take this and make it more of a business, and I also give my team all my templates that I create for my classes. So they get all my PDF templates, and we can just put this really wherever we want, right there. Cute and simple, right? So yeah, we'd love to have you. And we are called Linked by Ink Far and Wide because stamping has brought us all together. We've got people across the country. We even have a team member stationed in Germany. So if you're on a military base out of the country, you can still join my team. Okay, so here we're going to put the tape on. So we've got our double-sided tape, which apparently I have spilled coffee on or something. Huh, okay. So we're going to place that down across the top, okay? And you can just tear this. It's so easy. And then you want to be underneath, right underneath the fold. You don't want to be on it, so you don't want to be all the way up the top. You want to be just underneath it. And then here. Okay. And then you're going to open it up, and you're going to put two right across the inside here. So one there, and one there. Okay, so again, we've got it at the front, 1, 2, 3, and when you open it, you've got your inside piece decorated, you've got these two pieces here. Now, we're going to take our little piece here, we're going to pull these off, see if I did a good job. Sometimes they can be a little hard, and if you are having trouble, just get your bone folder or the back of your scissors or something and press that down,
and then you'll find that it'll peel up a lot easier. Of course, if you have nails. I don't have nail on this side because when I was 10, I slammed my finger in a car door and it cut it and it messed up the actual base of the nail, so it just doesn't grow. It's crazy. Okay, so now we're just going to put this down. I'm going to lay that down and we're going to look for the center. I'm going to stand up so I can actually see. And we're just going to go all the way down. That looks about right. And we're going to press that down. So now we have 2 sections, okay? The thing to remember, the only thing that is going to glue this section to this section is this little piece here. None of this is going to get glued down. This is our moving mechanism. So we're going to flip this over and we're going to put 2 little pieces. You know, you want to keep it towards the edge. Don't get all over here because we need space and a little bit of flexibility for our mechanism to work. And we're going to put that there. And then we're going to put this one here. Now, if you have brads, you can use brads. I've seen this done with brads, but I just like this because it's quick and easy. I don't have to mess with trying to cover up the brads or anything. Then we're just going to lay it down and we're going to get it about center, right? So we'll take this off. Again, it is easier if you just burnish it real quick. And then we'll get the side of the tape off. It's coming. Okay. And you know, Stampin' Up also has training. They have a whole website. It's a demonstrator website, and in there they have this place called Stampin' University, and they teach you so many things. Okay, we are going to center that and put it there. Now, look what happens if you pull this. It moves down and through. So, we're going to start with our bottom piece. Again, let's just burnish these. Makes it come off so much easier. And our bottom piece, I put the little mushroom at the bottom. I wanted the sentiment in the middle. And you will center that on there just below that burnished line there. Don't put it up over it, just underneath it. Okay. That's our base. Now, if you wanted to, you can also stamp the top or back of this, and I'll show you why, if you wanted to add a little extra flair. And as we center that, make sure that these are lined up along the edges there. You want that all lined up. You don't want it all crooked. I should stand up because I can't really see. There we go. Oops. So once you've got that lined up, now let me show you, as you pull this, this flips up. So you could, even if you wanted to, you could cut out another white square that just fit in this section and stamp that as well, or have it, you know, like a break and then continue the scene there, or just any kind of little stamp there. And then, oh, I am a little crooked. That's okay. My friends who are going to receive this from me, they'll understand. But it's just a touch off because it's handmade. So that's kind of what you don't want to do, is have that little, I mean, it's slightly off, but it'll be fine. So now you've got that, as we pull it down, there is our waterfall mechanism. Now we need to punch a hole in here. Oh, of course, where is my crocodile? Sorry, my dog is barking about something down there. Oh, my cat probably went downstairs. Oh, dear. Crocodile, where are you? Oh, my goodness, right in front of my face. Here we go. So, this is a punch I got years ago. It's huge, but it also goes through chipboard and everything. So it has to 2 holes down here. So we're just going to use that one. And what you want to do is make sure that you're centered this way. You can use whatever punch you have at the house. And looks about right. Just going to punch that through there. Okay, a little bit got in the way, that's okay. Then I did get some cute ribbon. Oh, love this ribbon. The official name is Glittered Organza. No, Glittered Organdy ribbon. And it's just so fun and sparkly. And you know, in spring we still get those frosty mornings, which we've been having here every morning in South Carolina, where you look outside, you go to let the dogs out, and the grass is like that frosty color because it's cold and the dew has frozen over. Okay, so it does, to me, it has a front and a back, so I want to make sure that the front is sliding through there. And then I get my trusty twine, which I hope is, I just hope everything's carrying over. Oh my goodness. Okay, and don't forget we have those online exclusives, and I can't wait to see what, if anything, goes from the mini and the annual catalog into the online exclusive store. That's going to be fun. That's a whole new world for us now. We'll always have a catalog, always, but then we will also have online as well, which just opens the door to so much more. I mean, we can just carry so much more inventory that way of popular products. Okie dokie, we're almost finished. Why am I'm holding it upside down again. Sorry guys, I'm so used to filming upside down that now that I've got it, you know, going the right way, I keep turning it for you. Making it upside down. Ridiculous. Okay, so now we're just going to glue the whole mechanism onto the front. And this is bothering me here, this tiny little corner. I got a little bit that needs glue right there. Try not to squeeze too much. There we go, just need a little dab there. But you know I'll squeeze too much. It'll pop up. Okay, then this whole card front. So think of the possibilities. I'm thinking of a Enjoy the Journey one here. Oh my goodness. Because you don't have to have the full stamp on there either. You can have a portion of the stamp on there and make it that way. You don't have to have ones that actually fit onto it. And we will center that as best we can. It will be a little wider on the edges than it is at the top and bottom. And then just press that down. Give it all a second to adhere. And there you have it. Our waterfall card. You just pull the ribbon and off we go. And then there's still plenty of room to write inside because it's an actual card. Okay? So, fun! I can't wait to see what you create. Now, here's the thing. You know how we have the slimline cards? You can also make the card going sideways. Pretend it opens this way, right? So you could make a slimline card and then you still put the mechanism down this same way, but it'll open sideways. So you would turn all the images this way. And I actually saw one done with like make out smaller squares and you could probably score closer together. And then it had a name. So as you pulled it, each letter of the name popped open. So there's a lot of different ways you can take this card, play with it, make it your own. Okay, I can't wait to see what you create. Please go and post what you create over on my Facebook page, Linked by Ink. The link will be in the description and also, well, in the description down there. And also will be all the sizes that I used, all the measurements. Okay, and now you've got the video to watch everything so you can see exactly how it's done. and I hope you love it. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, and thank you to everybody who has. Oh my goodness, I'm getting closer and closer to 1,000. We are building our community of crafters here, and I'm just so happy about it and so thankful. And go tell your friends, hit that subscribe button, because you know when I hit 1,000, you know I've got to do something to celebrate that. So, okay guys, I hope you love it. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday, and catch me on Thursday at 3 for a Facebook Live where you can talk and chit chat with me while I show you my weekly card class to go. Thanks guys, take care. Bye now.